Welcome back. Today we're looking at spooky, scary underwater videos, or just thalassophobia videos in general, fear of deep water. That's my thing, fear of deep water. That's like a big part of who I am as a person. And it has been for a long time. I mean, we've done this video a bunch of times. We've looked at almost every scary water video that there is on the internet, which is why we have to do these videos less and less, because I have to wait for like new videos to come out so I can actually have something to look at, because I swear I've looked at all of it. And we'll probably even still find some duplicates today. Fear of water expert checking in, here to bring you all of your scary water facts. Like, did you know that if you go in the water really, really deep, you will die because you can't breathe underwater? Did you know if a shark attacks you, it will hurt very bad? Ouch. Did you know that even though scientists insist that Cthulhu isn't real, I got my own ideas about that whole thing. I've seen them in videos on TikTok, but if videos on TikTok aren't real, then what is? You know what I mean? Do you have thalassophobia? We'll start here. Thalassophobia test. I know I have it. We've learned that. That has been very much confirmed. But do you have it? Let's find out. Thalassophobia test. I'm scared already. Level 1 easy. This is level 1 easy? Oh my goodness. Oh, how you feeling? You good? You go with level easy? Level 2 medium? Okay, some CGI videos aren't the best example, but this still gives me the willies, dude. Level 3 hard. Something under the water. Giant guy. These are more like megalophobia though. I don't know, the CG ones don't always get me, but I mean, still, this is a nightmare scenario. But these feel more like megalophobia, like giant. That's honestly not the worst that we've seen. I've seen all those videos before, except for this one. But this is like every Scuba Dan video. So in that way, I have seen it. How'd you do? This isn't a very good metric, actually. Because if you can handle this, then you'll probably be okay with this and this and this. Unless you have megalophobia. Because if you had megalophobia, then this big old face guy probably scared the daylights out of you. That's just not a good time. Getting eaten by a giant guy? Not a good time regardless of if you're in the ocean or not. You're like getting eaten by a giant guy and you're like, well, at least I'm not drowning. At least I'm not soggy. That would be bad. And look at this. It's Scuba Dan in the next video. This fjord is 2,000 meters deep. Scuba Dan. Stop it, dude. Oh, yep, there's a fin. Is it a friend or is it a foe? It seems so close. Above the water. The fact that we still can't see it is crazy. It's right there. You ever swam towards a killer whale before? No, Scuba Dan, I haven't. Thanks for asking, though. Oh my gosh, dude. There's multiple of them, I think. I don't feel very good. I feel sick. See, that should have been level 2 on the thalassophobia test. Like, level 1 is like, the water's deep, but you can still see pretty well, and there's nothing in the water. And then level 2 should be, the water's dark, and there are things in the water. And then level 3 could be, you're dead. You don't make it to level 3. There is no level 3. But yeah, that's Scuba Dan for you. He's out there scubaing and torturing me. Specifically. No, I'm not ready, dude. I'm not ready, dude. Oh, okay, that's fine. Again, just getting eaten by a giant face, that's bad no matter where you are. This could have been, honestly, a lot worse. The dipping below the water, this murky water in this, like, pool room's dark place. This infinite water. Ugh, dude. But they kind of ruined it a little bit by just putting, like, a big old silly face in there. Still not a good time. obviously. But big old silly face versus like, I don't know, like a big snaky creature or like a shark or like a weirdly shaped rock, you know? You know, you see a weirdly shaped rock in the water and you're like, ooh, that looks weird. Could have been something. Sunken stuff. Oof. Oof. That's a nightmare. Wow. There's a big old rusty something down there. I do not like that. Oh, yikes. A little space thing. Oh, dude. Shipwrecks are top tier spook. This is S tier spook. Spook tier spook. Queen Mary propeller. I definitely have seen maybe all these images. This is also top tier. The lighting does like 80% of the work though. This like dark green murky water illuminated by just like a couple floodlights. Emphasis on flood lights. Isn't this boat also like supposedly haunted as well? Like imagine that. What a double whammy that is. You know, you got this lurking below you and a ghost keeps tickling your feet when you try to sleep. That's crazy. Get off this boat. The scariest part of night dives is the surface swim out. For some reason, I feel completely helpless when I'm on the surface. I can explain that feeling to you. It's because you are. Oh my gosh. So you're swimming out into the middle of the lake or whatever in the dark, and then you're gonna dive down. That's crazy. I know it's like wild to compare like being on the surface to like being submerged, because obviously like being submerged in this dark water is not gonna be like, okay, cool, we're safe now. But being on the surface somehow would feel worse because you don't know what's below you. You just have to like hope there's nothing there, and your imagination can kind of run wild. Although that being said, when you're in the water, you can't really see that far, but there's kind of like an illusion of control where like you can at least move your flashlight around, and like if you're on the floor of the lake, I don't know, maybe there's like rocks you could hide behind or something. This, you're just a sitting duck in a almost a literal sense, because a duck would be sitting on top of the water as well. So somehow you're more vulnerable in a very vulnerable activity. This is bad. I'm like relieved that we don't then get dunked in this video and watch the rest of their dive, but that's what they do next. They then dive into this pitch black water with 2 flashlights. Crazy.
I don't know if anybody can see this or not, but I just reported it.
Oh,
that's
man.
A car in the river. That is an SUV. Look at this.
Yikes.
Completely fully submerged. It honestly looks like a Kia Soul.
Yikes, dude.
Can you guys see that?
It's not even that deep, too. It's just right there. Dang. That's freaky, dude. That gives me the wheelies. That gives me the heebity-jeebities. I think it is a Kia Soul. I think he's right. Yeah, it's not supposed to be in the water, dude. It's also in a weird spot. It makes you kind of wonder what happened. Like, it's facing the shore. Because if it was facing the other way, I'd think someone drove off this way. Like, there's no scenario that I can see given what we're able to see. Like, how the car got here and is facing that way without it, like, being deliberately dropped in the water. I mean, I don't know how feasible it is for the Kia Soul to have driven through all this brush right here, but maybe there's a bridge, like, above them or, like, to our left. I do hear cars, but definitely sketchy, dude. I do not like the sight of it. And again, it looks on camera like it's a foot under the water. Like, it looks like it's right. You could stand on this. You shouldn't, but you certainly could. Heck, you could just go get in the car and like sit there for like a full 30 seconds or something, just like honk honk beep beep, and then swim back up and still have air. Again, you absolutely should not do that, but you could. That's how close it is. Ominous clouds over Lake Michigan. All right, cloud experts, where you at? Is this video sped up? Oh, it's definitely sped up. Still though, very, very, very scary. Not even like related to the water necessarily, but it's kind of a similar feeling of like waves crashing over you. But yeah, wait a minute, why is this one in here? Somehow it feels adjacent, but not like actually though. I mean, I know that there's a bunch of ocean here. I mean, what are clouds if not flying water? Something to think about for sure. It was my first time canoeing today. Oh God. Big old sturgeon. Holy smokes. What a Jurassic fish, dude. Jeez Louise. I feel like I'm getting a sense, I've said this before, but when I was a kid, we lived in a very suburban area, kind of a nice neighborhood. Then we moved to some land, some acreage near a lake. And I had never lived near a lake before, nor had I spent much time in or around lakes. But I was like probably 8 years old. And we had this little book of like what kind of fish, like it was a fishing guide for the lake. And I remember just spiraling, just losing my mind with fear, flipping through the book of what kind of fish were in the lake. One of which was the sturgeon, I think. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but there was several fish that were like 10 to 12 feet long at their maximum size that technically could be found in the lake. I never saw one. I never heard of anyone seeing one, but it was kind of like a, they might be in there kind of a thing. That's some early manifestations of my fear of the water. Me, age 8, just being terrified of a book. Just saying that there's big fish in the lake nearby, and me being like, no thank you. I will be staying on land as much as I can. This just being casually in a lake that you could just be canoeing on with your friends, sipping a couple little lemonades. One of my favorite shots of this year. Nice. Groovy. These big old schools of fish and how they all move and whatever. Move and groove together. I always think it's so like majestic in a way that I'm like, it's so pretty that I don't think I'd be scared in it. But this must look so weird in person just to have like 10,000 fish just like swirling around you while in the infinite blue. Not my ideal Sunday, that's for sure, but this is definitely a beautiful shot. I'll give you that much. Jump scare. Jump scare. Just got jump scared by the shipwreck. Let's go. Boat wreck. Oof. Is that the Titanic? Airplane. Although this does make me think. There's a funny thing with like submechanophobia. We talked about it before. The fear of submerged man-made things. There's something about seeing like a typically on land man-made thing looking all like rusted and gross, sunken in murky water in the dark. Like there's something that's just very unsettling about that. To me, probably to you too, I would assume, but to me, definitely. But I've noticed a strange phenomenon where when it's made of wood, I'm like not as bothered. So I don't know what loophole that is. I'm like, metal boat, sunken, freaking scary as all heck. But like this has got wood doors, so like I'm okay with that, you know? That's fine. That's not creepy at all. Maybe it's just like a internal subconscious fear of like rust, like what's the tetanus? You know, maybe it's like a like my body's just like, do not touch that rusty pile of sharp objects. But it's like wood, it's like, hey, you might get a splinter, but probably not. It'll be a soggy splinter, it'll come right out. But yeah, this is horrifying. This is horrifying. This is especially horrifying. And this is not good. Nice. This polar bear just chilling. Just an average day for him, I guess. The water underneath this has gotta be so freaky to be in. It's so dark, so cold. And I feel like the shadows or like the light beams coming through this would just make everything look so weird. Like if there was anything under the water, it would just be so sparsely illuminated that it would probably create an even weirder, more terrifying visual. But look how far this goes on for, man. Just your casual Friday ferry commute in Sydney.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he said, oh my goodness. Wow. Those two dudes just get rocked. Wow, dude. Dude, look at this. It's like the front half of the boat is like submerged. Oh my gosh. Wow, just taking a ferry. I don't know why I always picture it sunny and calm in Australia, which is probably wrong, but I just picture like just blue skies 24/7 and like calm seas. But I've also never been, and that I don't know why I think that. Getting whacked by a wave on a ferry boat is crazy. POV, you fall off the cruise ship at Point Nemo and get left behind, which is, I believe, like the deepest. No, not the deepest. It's the part in the ocean that's like the furthest from all land. It's about 2,700 kilometers from the nearest land. That's far. That's very far. Okay, here we go. You fall off the cruise ship at Point Nemo and get left behind. I super don't want to watch this video. I'm gonna be real. I don't want to click play. I want to go somewhere else. I want to watch videos of puppies right now. That's what I want to be doing. But here we go. Okay. Okay, it's just images. Okay. Little creative exercise. Ooh, I don't like that. Ooh, I don't like that at all. Okay, that actually was fine. I thought they were actually gonna drop the camera and let it sink for a while. I knew it wasn't actually a video from Point Nemo, but I was like, maybe they'll just let it sink for a while and we'll just think it's Point Nemo. But no, just a little imagination exercise. Close your eyes and imagine you're on a ship 2,700 kilometers from land, and then you fall off the boat and they leave you there. And they don't notice until they get to land. They're like, okay, wait, where's Greg? Oh, he fell off the boat like 9 days ago. Dang it, bro. I knew there was something I was gonna do. It was go back for him. Gosh. Okay, well, no point in wasting fuel now. He's definitely long gone. Deep body of water in flooded abandoned mine. Oh, yeah. I kind of love these ones. They're so freaky. But when it's crystal clear like this, oh, it's just haunting, isn't it? Wow. Also, speaking of rust, good place to get tetanus. Dang, and you know that it goes down there and probably like connects to other mine shafts and tunnels and other rails, you know? Actually crazy. So scary, but also so cool. There's something about the like green, bright blue, crystal clear that is kind of like, it's satisfying, but man, no thanks. Oh boy. Okay, this one is not looking very good. Here we go. Why is it always so murky? You're barefoot? Do not go down there. Dude. Oh my God. Top contender for one of the worst ones we've ever seen. Not even joking. The dunk? That somehow, like, it does not look like it's supposed to be that murky. Like, it looks pretty clear from right here. It also doesn't even look that deep. Just so murky. And then, I don't know what it is about just being barefoot in that muddy, slippery ground is so terrifying. But it gets so much worse, dude. I don't even want to watch this again. The way that it actually gets pitch black is insane. Right there. There's actually nothing. Why do we keep doing this? Are we done with these yet? Not actually. I am having fun in my own special kind of way. There's a reason why we only do these Thalassophobia videos like every 2 or 3 months now, though. I just can't take it sometimes. It's just, everything else is playful, scary. This is like, this scares my soul. My soul goes into hiding. It takes a little while for it to come back out. I'm just gonna be soulless over the weekend. Oh, okay, moving on. Hey, look, it's a little crab guy. There he goes. Oh, bye, buddy. Does he want to be doing that, though? Is that good? It kind of looks like he's gonna be falling for a little while. I mean, it's not like on land where we have like proper gravity where like this is like a fall that would kill you. I don't think it works like that, but also like, how does it work? Oh, it's only about 18 to 20 feet. And he's just dropping them to where he picked them up. Also, can crabs swim? Like, say a crab managed to make its way from like the 20-foot water to like the beach. Then you picked him up and swam out to 20-foot water, like, you know, hundreds of feet from the beach. And then kind of like dropped him. Like, would he be pissed of like, dude, I just spent so long getting there? Well, I guess that's annoying whether or not he could swim. But like, if they can swim, it'd be easier at least, right? I feel like they can swim a little bit, right? Not like very well or very long probably or very fast, but I feel like they can tread water a little bit, right? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know anything about crabs. They're kind of freaky. But yeah, this guy just gets sent to the abyss. Kind of haunting and poetic. Whew. Ice cube. Yikes. That was kind of beautiful though, you know what I mean? Let's watch that again. It looks like such a huge cube right here, doesn't it? It looks like some massive block of ice, but then it's like, it looks like it's like this big once it hits the water. Dang. I don't love it. I don't love it. But it also feels like a Coke commercial, you know? You know, like before a movie, they like show the drinks all HD with the sound to like try to make you thirsty so that you go get a drink. This is making me a little thirsty, not gonna lie. I had a dream like this as a kid, that you were in a big old circle underwater. That's pretty scary, man. I get that. I've had dreams similar, not the same, but similar. Is this like in a big old destroyed ship or something? Some big old monolith, maybe? Yeah, I feel like occasionally I'll have a dream where I'm just like submerged in water. or that like I'm slipping into water. I definitely had dreams where I'm like trying to get out of the water, but I'm struggling, or I'm like for a long time just barely hanging on from not falling in the water. Like I had a dream the other night actually, where I was like on top of some slippery rocks that were like just a couple feet down. So like my head was above water, but I was just like slipping and sliding and like unable to get out of the water, but like not quite fully submerged. So I don't know what that's about. You know, you'd think it's from all the like scary water videos and images we look at, but like I don't have dreams about freaking ghosts being in my house from all the hundreds of TikToks we watch about ghosts. There's just are ghosts in my house. I don't dream about it. Here we go, this again. Oh, it's actually not bad. I can do that. That's fine. Wow, that one was fine. The water's like 1.5 feet deep. Nice. Majestic. I love it. By John Berkey. Nice painting, buddy. I like it. I like what you did here with the blues and the greens. Very satisfying colors to look at. The nice blue sky. And also I like what you did here down at the bottom with the thousands of people all running for their lives, about to be swallowed by the sea, along with their homes. Pretty neat. Also, this helicopter, bro, fly a little higher. You're the one people in this picture that should be able to survive this, but you've got to go above the wave. You hear me? Imagine they're just sitting there being like, oh no, it's coming straight for us. Oh no, here it comes. Like, dude, go up. Obviously, I think if I was in this situation, I would also run, but running's not gonna do you any good. These people are all gonna die. Like 100% chance. There's not gonna be a single survivor, but you still gotta run. You know, you just gotta do it. Gosh. Here we go. This terrifying room again. But this time, there's something in the water. Do not. I simply can't. Why are you swimming that way, dude? Please let this be over soon. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Come on, dude, please. Okay, now stay there. Forever? Wow, a happy ending. That is not where I thought we would end, but I'm not too mad about it. This is from Vaporama Vision. They've done a couple of these videos in the same room, and dude, there's something about this like deep black water that's just terrifying. They don't really do jump scares. Like, you think obviously there's a big giant snake monster in the water, so clearly that's gonna be like the point of the video is that this thing eats them or something. But it like never happens. It just feels like it could for like 1.5 minutes and then it like ends. Somehow that's more terrifying because it's just straight suspense for 1.5 minutes. I was so nervous that entire video. It was so uncomfortable that instead of just going back up on this platform he started on, he decided to swim to the playground. Like, I still don't think it was a good move. Just because it worked out doesn't mean it was a good move. Like, what are you gonna do now? Go down the slide back into the water? Like, there's nowhere you can go from here, dude. Terrifying video. Hated every second of it, but incredible work. Keep it up. We'll see you next time. Oh boy. Oh boy. Dang, just on Google Earth. Jeez, there's a huge ship right here under the water. If you can see it this well from the satellites, imagine how clear you can see it from being above it. Like in the water. Yikes, that's very, very uncomfortable. It looks like mostly intact too. That's crazy. Imagine like you're just parking your car right here and there's like a sunken giant ship right here. That's so freaky. This is in Japan somewhere? Island of Oshima, Japan. Okay, just to fact check here, this is not real. Like the shipwreck is real, but it's not here. And now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, it looks like just like a weird error too. You know, it doesn't really look like it fits right here. It doesn't look deep enough. Like it doesn't really make sense. It's unclear as to why this happened, but this is a real shipwreck that happened somewhere. It's just not supposed to be put on this location on Google Earth. But I mean, as an image, this is terrifying. I'm just glad that this isn't like actually how it was, because that is terrifying. I mean, this is just like, this reminds me of like Pearl Harbor though, which is obviously very real. I've even been. There are just a bunch of shipwrecks, obviously, just right there, and you can like see them. And I'm sure it looks even freakier from above, like seeing how many there are and how big they are, but like, yeah, just right under the surface, dude. What's happening here, huh? What you doing, buddy? I would not have gotten this close, dude. How thick is this ice? What is it doing? It's just like chilling. Just waiting. Wow, when I saw this, I was like, oh, it's like a log or something. What in tarnation, dude? I mean, I know killer whales are like not as killer as the name suggests. Like they're pretty chill, at least towards people. As long as they're not in captivity, that's the trick. But yeah, still, I don't want the ice to crack and to fall in here. I don't want him to like be bold and jump onto the ice to grab me or something. I don't know. I don't like this. This is ominous and sinister. Maybe he has good intentions, but this is not what good intentions typically look like. This is, I would like to eat you intentions. Okay, last one. Mr. Friend. And it's a long one. Buckle up. We got ourselves a little movie here. What was that? Oh, thank goodness it was nothing. Come on, Cthulhu, it's just one little boat. You can let one little boat float around, all right? He's not hurting anybody. Oh, I hate my life. Why is the boat not floating now? It's still made of wood, isn't it? Okay. You'll be fine. We still have 2 more minutes of this. Bro, you're so petty. You have the entire ocean. But wait. This is another one of those double whammy bad luck moments. Not only is Cthulhu trying to kill you, but there's also a giant other sea creature. Thank goodness you found wood that floats. Okay, Cthulhu won the battle against the giant mouth shark. Uh-oh. Madness. Okay, wait, hold up. The battle continues. This is my Godzilla versus Kong. This is what I want. No! Oh my gosh, dude. Don't tell me there's a third entity. Oh, it's that one. Okay. Oh, good. He's gone. We're safe. I felt like that just happened to me. I was immersed. That was real for a second there. What a bunch of trolls, you know? Like this guy, he's here and he's like, I could eat you, but I'm actually gonna go way over here and disappear. And then you're like, okay, cool, I guess I'll leave then? Because I guess you're gonna let me do that? And then like... Also, does that mean that this big mouth guy won the fight against Cthulhu? Or is Cthulhu grabbing him here? Did they just like resolve their conflict just in time to kill this poor guy? Man, we started here. This guy was just out for a little sail. What a rough experience. What a bad time. You've got like two mythological giant sea beasts like fighting over who gets to kill you. Like in a way, it's kind of an honor. Like imagine this guy actually survived this situation. No one's gonna believe him that he saw both of them at the same time. You know, it's like, oh, I saw Cthulhu, you know, giant tentacle, Lovecraftian horror. And then other creature showed up that was just as big. And they started fighting. The bigger creature kind of saved me, but then also kind of wanted to eat me. It was really unclear, but I just knew that I needed to get out of there. So I left and survived while they were fighting. Like no one's gonna believe you. You know, it's like if you saw Bigfoot just like in the woods and you were like, oh my gosh, Bigfoot, gotta tell people about this. 10 minutes later, you see Mothman, you know, or like the Loch Ness Monster or something, and you're like, oh my gosh, another one. Like at that point, you shouldn't even believe yourself. You shouldn't even believe that you saw that. Because I think if I saw Bigfoot, I'd be like, whoa, that's crazy. Then I saw Mothman, I was like, oh no, I'm actually just losing my mind. This must be the tripping of balls that I've heard so much about. Anyway, thanks for watching. We had some nightmare ones today. I feel like sometimes the videos are like all mostly fine and I feel like I'm good. You know, like I feel like, oh, I'm getting desensitized from doing this. Today, I did not feel like that at all. There was some terror today, some genuine terror. And honestly, I usually say that the CG, like animation ones don't usually get me, but this one definitely did, with the amount of dunking especially. And then this one absolutely did. The swim to the playground was nightmare fuel. What a day. We looked at some different pages content, so the links to those pages, like Mr. Friend is the one that made this one. Links to these people will be in the description, so check them out if you want to see more terrible videos, like terrible as in terrifying. They're actually quite high quality. But if you want to be scared more on your own time, a little extracurricular spook, that's up to you. And yeah, don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you feel like it. And I'll see you guys next time. Some of these ones that we looked at today were ones that people had sent me. So it does help me find some good ones because I can't always dig deep enough. So feel free to send me videos that you find for any topic we look at on Instagram or TikTok or, I mean, Discord, I guess. But I feel like I don't look at my Discord messages like ever. So Instagram, TikTok, wherever, if you want it. You don't have to, but it helps. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Have a lovely day and a lovely night. Okay, but like imagine if you were getting attacked by Cthulhu and then you saw Mothman and then you were drowning but then you blew up.